I've been exploring my GoPro photography a little bit recently, and I've gone from just taking singular images to something that looks a little bit like this, where I am in two parts of the frame. Essentially all this is, it's a very simple composite where we take two images and we layer them on top of each other. So in today's video, I wanted to run you through how you could go about doing something like this. You may have seen images that look a little bit like this, or you may have even seen images where you're like, how have they been able to capture that? Also stick around to the end of this video because I want to submit a community challenge to you guys. So for those of you that have GoPros and you want to create something like this might be an opportunity to win yourself some new product or even a new GoPro. All right, let's get stuck into it. Basically, you can do this on any camera. You do not just need a GoPro to do this, but I find this super easy to do on a GoPro because of the way that the GoPro has burst set up. So for those of you that have never used burst, it's super simple. All you have to do is go into photo mode and then down in the bottom left, click on the camera icon and change that from just average or normal standard photo to burst photo. Now with burst, there's the option to shoot 30 frames over 6, 30 frames over 3, over 2, over 1. You set that however long you think it's going to take you to do the burst, but let's play around with this concept and go out and take some images. I was pretty stoked with that. Thing is, I didn't want to get like really wet because it gets really slippery when you're on the roof, so trying to be a little bit safe, but let's give it another go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Genius Jake just had another fun idea. What I want to do this time is create a composite where I'm like both under the water and over the water. So if you have a dome, this is how we can essentially do this. The hardest part is going to be getting that horizon line right, but that's where Photoshop will come in. The pool. That is genius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo! Well, that was fun. Okay, I've got zero idea how they're gonna turn out, but look, you've seen the setup, you've seen how I've done it. Now, my main concern is that the variables are gonna change. You know, when the tripod moves, it's almost impossible to create these composites, so that's something that you've totally got to keep in mind. There's a few other ideas that I've got up my sleeve, so let's put them into action and see what we come up with. Bringing back the fun to photography. The PH fun in photography. Just had these in my like bits and pieces box. I've just got a whole I've got a box full of random things. Yeah, I thought it might be fun to use these in the next photo. Water bombs. I reckon the bigger the better. Look how juicy that big sucker is. All right, there's one. All right, concept photo number 1 is I'm gonna put myself in the front of the frame, and I'm also gonna put myself like I'm gonna throw. So it's as if like I'm throwing and it's popping at me as well. For a little bit of creative flair, using this shadow here from the palm tree and like some of that, just to see what I can do with the image. And then to pop it, I've got this pin that's gonna pop it. I've activated the voice controls and I've turned on the beeps because I wanna hear it go. So if I say, GoPro, take photo. Did you hear that? To activate this, it's super simple. All you have to do is tap on your home screen, then swipe down from the top, and then make sure you have both of the top left icons highlighted, which is your voice commands and your beeps on. So then when I'm over there and I'm throwing it, it's easier for me to get this photo to happen. GoPro, take photo. GoPro, take photo. GoPro, take photo. GoPro, take photo. Are you actually doing your thing anymore? Far out. GoPro, take photo. GoPro, take photo. And now the next shot is the pop shot. So basically I've got this pin and I'm just gonna be like lying there. I'm gonna go pop, GoPro take photo. 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 Fucking hell. Come on, that's gotta be a good photo. I just don't know how mung I look when I'm like, oh my God, you think he's got it? The splashing section is sick. Throw, hopefully it lands on my head. I think I nailed it! If that looks cool, I'll be so happy. This is so stupid. Okay, so once you've gone out and had a little bit of fun with your photography, it's now time to come back and post-produce the content. Now this is the section of the video that's probably the most technical, but once you know how to do this, it's very simple and you can apply this knowledge and this skill to a range of different things. So let's jump into Photoshop and create a composite. Once you've got Photoshop open, it's then time to find your images, have a look through and find the frame which you think suits the photo the best. I'm gonna go with this one with my hand in the air because I'm most in the frame. So drag that into Photoshop and that will populate at its current settings, which means the same image quality. Then what you're gonna do is find the second image and layer this on top. So this was my dome shot and I'm underneath the water. Once you've got those two images, I like to change the opacity of the top image to 50% so I can see how the images look. And then add a mask and grab the eraser tool and simply start to erase out the top half of that top image. So the bottom image essentially shows through. Super simple. You can change the size of the eraser tool in the top left so you can have a bigger eraser, but just be very careful about certain shadows and like water lines and watermarks. This is where you have to be a little bit more delicate with, with the composite. Once you're happy with the erasing that you've done, change the opacity back to 100% so you can see how the image looks as a whole and just go over any final touches or blemishes to see that it looks nice as a composite. Now you can add as many layers as you want and continue this process so you can create more detailed composites. The next step is to go File, Save for Web, and save it as a JPEG. And then what I like to do is once I've saved this high-res JPEG, I'll import this into Lightroom and then create an edit. If you guys have learnt anything in this video, be sure to punch that thumbs up button. And if you guys are new around here, then why don't you turn on the subscription, press subscribe, and if you want to turn post notifications on, you can. Now, the community challenge, I wanted to throw a challenge out to you guys to go out and capture or at least attempt to create one of these composites yourself. Now you might not have Photoshop or you might not have Lightroom, but you can use similar software. I'm pretty sure there's some apps out there that have this capability. I'll put all the information that I know of in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. I'm gonna give you guys the entirety of October to go out and try and capture one of these composites. Tag me in the photos that you upload on Instagram. To submit your photo, just jump on Instagram and upload it and use the hashtag Jake Rich Photo. It'd be also really cool if we could see some BTS of you, in the swipe. You could just so it's really cool to see how you guys have compiled your composite, which images you've used. Always cool to see that stuff. And yeah, you've got till the end of October. We'll choose a winner and give out a brand new GoPro Hero 7 Black, maybe even Hero 8, who knows. Anyway, if you have liked this video or you're new around here, punch the thumbs up button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Ciao. Peace.